I don't know who I am or where I came from, and some days I don't even know when I am. Today I open my eyes on a lonely cliff surrounded by crashing waves and an endless stretch of cold ocean. The wind hit my face, sharp and unforgiving, and in that moment something came to me, a memory that is not mine, a feeling that something terrible once happened here. This place is Eilean Moor, the heart of the Flannan Isles of Scotland, and 20 years before I found myself standing here, 3 lighthouse keepers vanished without leaving a single trace. And now, for some reason I cannot explain, I know I must uncover what happened. I walked toward the lighthouse, a tall, cracked tower with walls worn by storms older than memory. Every step echoed, almost as if the lighthouse remembered me, or remembered the men who walked these halls last. Their names rise in my mind as clearly as the sound of the waves below. Thomas Marshall, James Ducate, Donald MacArthur, 3 experienced keepers who knew this island better than anyone. 3 men who should have been safe inside this structure, yet disappeared without a single sign of struggle. The door opened easily when I pushed it, almost like the tower wanted me to enter. Inside the lighthouse, nothing was chaotic. Nothing showed panic. The kitchen table was set neatly, with plates and a half-eaten meal left behind. Chairs pushed back calmly, as if the men stood up planning to return in a moment. A storm report lay open on the desk. A clock on the wall had stopped at a strange hour. Everything felt abandoned, but not finished. I said quietly to myself, whatever happened here did not take time. It took the men. A single logbook sat on the table. The handwriting was uneven, trembling, as if written by someone under stress. The entry started normally. December 12th, severe winds, sea rough. That made sense for this island. But then the tone changed. December 13th, storm still raging. James quiet, Donald crying. Crying, a seasoned keeper, crying on duty. Then the final entry. December 14th, storm still howling, all praying. The problem was simple. There was no storm recorded anywhere near the Flannan Isles on those days. Every nearby station reported calm weather, no wind, no waves, no storm. Only here, only on this rock, did the keepers report a violent tempest that no one else saw. I made my way to the west landing, the roughest part of the island. Sharp rocks lined the narrow path, and waves slammed the cliffs with unnatural force. At the edge, the scene became clearer. Metal rails were twisted out of shape. A crate lay broken, its wood shattered. A thick rope was torn clean in half, not frayed, but sliced. The wind shifted suddenly, and a low vibration rose from the water below, something that did not sound like nature. It was not a voice, but something alive. For the first time since arriving, I felt watched, not by the sea, but by whatever was beneath it. The official explanation claimed a rogue wave swept all 3 men out to sea. But that theory fell apart immediately. Why was only 1 weather coat missing, while 2 were left hanging inside? Why did they abandon the lighthouse completely unattended? Something no trained keeper would ever do. Why did the log describe a storm that never existed? And why does every compass I carry here spin in circles as if confused? Something else happened. Something older than the lighthouse, older than this island. The air began to thicken around me. Heat rose from the rocks even though the wind was cold. When I placed my hand on the metal rail, a strange vision hit me. I saw the 3 keepers standing exactly where I stood, staring toward the ocean. Wings surrounded them, but not from a storm. It felt like something was rising from the water. Their faces were frozen in fear, their mouths open but silent. Then everything went black, a pull, a force, and then nothing. I staggered backward as the vision faded. Something took them, and whatever it was, it did not leave evidence behind. Behind the lighthouse, I found a wooden cross stuck into the rocky ground. It was not a grave marker, but a warning. Deep scratch marks surrounded its base, carved urgently by something or someone trying to send a final message. The wind changed again, colder than before, and the air behind me felt heavy. I turned, but nothing was there. Still, every instinct told me I was not alone on this island. Night fell unnaturally fast. Before I could react, the lighthouse lantern suddenly flickered on, even though there was no power source connected to it anymore. The beam swept over the dark ocean, and for one moment I saw a tall, dark figure standing near the crashing waves. No face, no details, only a silhouette staring directly at the lighthouse. The beam passed again, and the figure was gone. A deep fear spread through me. I ran back into the lighthouse and felt the air shift around me, like time itself was bending. Inside, the shadows moved unnaturally. The logbook flipped its pages by itself. Footsteps echoed on the stairs, slow and heavy. My breath stopped. I whispered, I should not be here. A voice answered from behind me, saying, you never left. Everything went black. When I opened my eyes, I was back on the cliff. The lighthouse behind me was silent again, empty. But I know this is not the last place I will wake up. More memories are waiting for me, hidden somewhere in history, and when I find the next one, you will be here with me. What do you think happened to the Flannan Isles keepers? And what do you think I saw on the water? Drop your theories in the comments. I read every one.